Hello and welcome to the Geo Show. This week we will be talking about volcanism. I'd like to thank our Patreon supporters and welcome Brittany to our growing list of patrons. If you'd like to support science education, please head over to patreon.com/feegs and pledge your support. Plate tectonics and volcanism. Volcanism is closely related to plate tectonics. Most volcanoes are associated with convergent plate boundaries at subduction zones, and there's also a great deal of volcanic activity at divergent plate boundaries and areas of continental rifting. At convergent plate boundaries, magma is formed where water from a subducting plate acts as a flux to lower the melting temperature of the adjacent mantle rock. At divergent boundaries, magma forms because of decompression melting. Decompression melting also takes place within a mantle plume. Magma composition and eruption style. The initial magmas in most volcanic regions are mafic in composition, but they can evolve into more felsic types through interaction with crustal rock and as a result of crystals settling within a magma chamber. Felsic magmas tend to have higher gas contents than mafic magmas, and they're also more viscous. The higher viscosity prevents gases from escaping from the magma, and so felsic magmas are more pressurized and more likely to erupt explosively. Cinder cones, which can form in various volcanic settings, are relatively small volcanoes that are composed mostly of mafic rock fragments that were formed during a single eruptive event. Composite volcanoes are normally associated with subduction, and while their magma tends to be intermediate on average, it can range all the way from felsic to mafic. The corresponding differences in magma viscosity lead to significant differences in eruption style. Most shield volcanoes are associated with mantle plumes and have consistently mafic magma which generally erupts effusively as lava flows. Volcanic hazards. Most direct volcanic hazards are related to volcanoes that erupt explosively, especially composite volcanoes. Pyroclastic density currents, some as hot as 1,000 degrees Celsius, can move hundreds of kilometers an hour and will kill anything in the way. Lahars, volcano-related mudflows, can be large enough to destroy entire towns. Lava flows will destroy anything in their paths, but tend to move slow enough so that people can get to safety. Monitoring and predicting. We have the understanding and technology to predict volcanic eruptions with some success, and to ensure that people are not harmed. The prediction techniques include monitoring seismicity in volcanic regions, detecting volcanic gases, and measuring deformation of the flanks of a volcano. The United States of volcanoes. The United States has some volcanoes of their own, including Mount Rainier in Washington, Mount St. Helens in Washington, Mount Shasta in California, Mount Kilauea in Hawaii, Mount Halemaumau in Hawaii, Mount Augustine in Alaska. There are also dormant ancient volcanoes like Pilot Knob in Missouri. And how can you talk about volcanoes in North America without talking about the Yellowstone caldera? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and with that I bid you adieu, and cheers.